it just goes to show you as a leadership note that when you're leading a team and you meet certain obstacles, people who doubt you, people who hate on you, people who want to speak on you, sometimes it's the people closest to you. What other people may see might look ugly. It might scare them, but you not allow those fears of other people to become yours, because you know what you're looking at and you know what you see. I'll never forget when my two daughters, Marlo and Zoe, were little. We went to dinner one day and had dinner with a pirate, a real-life pirate. It scared the mess out of me. So we were in a big restaurant kind of like this. It was very well lit. And when this man came in the door to the host stand, it immediately caught my eye because he had very striking features. First of all, he's about 6'8", real tall. And he had dark complexion but jet white hair, right? So immediately caught my eye. And when they brought him to his table, they walked him all the way across the restaurant and sat him right next to our table. Now, check this out. He's about 6'8". He was really tall, dark complected, jet white hair. He had a patch on his eye. And on the patch, he had a red bedazzled heart with a silver bedazzled heart shooting through it. On the other eye, he had one of them real spooky, y'all know them real spooky, contact lenses that scared me at least. But his contact lens, it had white with like red veins running through it. On the outside, it had a red ring, and on the inside, it was red. So when he looked at you, I was like, oh, hold on. Man, this man's scaring my babies. I'm going to have to say something to him. He had a crisp white shirt with French cuffs. On the white shirt, on the breast here, he had a skull and crossbones, a Jolly Roger. And his cuffs were sparkly skull and crossbones. And he sat them right down next to our table with 2-year-old Marlo and 1-year-old Zoe. And I'm freaking out. Now, here's the thing. Our daughters at that time were watching a cartoon called The Backyardigans. I see there's some Backyardigans fans up here. Listen, so that was one of their favorite cartoons. In one of those episodes, the Backyardigans would imagine they were doing things, and the Backyardigans had an episode where they were pirates. And so these cartoon characters were walking around with patches on their eye and had a ship that had the Jolly Roger, the skull and crossbones flying over the ship. So Marlo is sitting at the table like we tell kids not to sit. She had her feet all in the chair, knees, and she is craned, her neck is craned all out the table in the aisle looking at this man. So Marlo looks at the man, and the man, y'all, turns and looks at Marlo. I was like, huh! Oh my goodness. But Marlo turns back and looks at the man and goes, "Arr!" Listen, what I'm trying to tell you is, don't allow other people's fear to become your fear. How many in here today has had a vision of breaking generational curse? How many here have had a vision or an idea or a dream to build something that will outlast you? How many people have dealt with circumstances of people telling you, you can't do that, you're not qualified, you're not the one who can do that, you ain't got the right background? How many of you have dealt with situations where you had a big dream and you believed on it, but all the circumstances around you seemed to tell you that you could not do it? Respond by being rooted in your sense of purpose, because purpose produces passion, and that gives you the power to overcome any circumstances that you can ever face.